Thank you for watching another episode of Dvar Malchus Chodesh Tov, Good Chodesh. It's a special episode today in the fact that the last excerpt of Dvar Malchus appears on Adar 25, and the Rebbe had his stroke on Adar 27, and thus we start a new cycle today of the Dvar Malchus. And the first excerpt is from talks of Parshas Vayikra in Parshas HaChodesh, Rosh Chodesh Nisan from 5751, that's 1991. Here we are on page 1, beginning a brand new cycle of Dvar Malchus. On this holy day of Shabbos, there is a unique phenomenon that we take out 3 Sefer Torah scrolls, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, that occurs on Shabbos. We take out 3 Sefer Torahs. We read the Sedra of the day, the weekly Parsha in the first Torah, and the passage regarding Rosh Chodesh in the second one, and the Ha-Chodesh Hazan in the third one. And by way of preference, that taking out 3 Sefer Torahs to read from them is a novel matter, for in general we take out and read from 1 Sefer Torah, and if they need to read 2 topics, they take out 2 Sefer Torahs, as on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, and on every Yom Tov, and only very seldom occasions when it's necessary to read 3 topics, we take out 3 Sefer Torahs. The only time every year, once a year, that we take out 3 Sefer Torahs is on Simchas Torah. We take out 3 Sefer Torahs and we read 1, Vasos HaBrachos, until the end of the Torah, and the second one, Bereshis, until the end of Asher Bara Elohim Vasos, and in the third one, he reads the Maftir. And in several years that have a unique calendar layout, we take out 3 Sefer Torahs, an additional time, as in the calendar year layout of this Rosh Chodesh Nisan, which occurs on Shabbos. And similar, this is not the same as this calendar year, in 5785, 2025. This calendar year we just passed, we're in Rosh Chodesh now, and we took out 2 Sefer Torahs on HaKodesh, Shabbos HaKodesh, the Shabbos preceding Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And here we back to the Sikha. And similar in years that Rosh Chodesh Teves or Rosh Chodesh Adar occurs on Shabbos, and additional virtue this year, even more than several other years that Rosh Chodesh Nisan occurs on Shabbos, due to the Torah reading of the Sedra of the day and the Parshas of Vayikra, that in addition to the connection of the Parshas HaChodesh regarding the Paschal sacrifice, to the reading of Rosh Chodesh on every Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occurs on Shabbos, being that the mitzvah of sanctifying the new moon is said in the verse HaChodesh, and this month is for you. Parshas HaKodesh, which speaks about Rosh Chodesh Nisan, is also connecting to the reading of the Parshas Vayikra, which was said on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, namely that in this year it is emphasized in a clear and open way the common point that all Torah readings share of all 3 Sefer Torahs, that they are connected to the Parshas HaKodesh and Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And when we explain that the content of the lesson and instruction in man's service to his Creator for the phenomenon of taking out 3 Torah scrolls on the Holy Shabbos day, based on what is known in every matter, has a lesson in the service of Hashem, and most certainly in an essential and important matter as taking out the 3 Sefer Torahs. And more in detail, in order to understand the content of the phenomenon of taking out 3 Torah scrolls on Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occurs on Shabbos in a special year, we should preface first the content of taking out 3 Torah scrolls of every year on Simchas Torah, and afterward explain the addition in special years in which the 3 Torah scrolls are taken out on Rosh Chodesh Nisan when it occurs on Shabbos. And by way of preference, what was spoken on a number of times, that even the matters are once a year contain a lesson and empowerment for the entire year. And likewise, in our case, the taking out 3 Torah scrolls on Simchas Torah is related and influenced the entire year. And similarly, the taking of the 3 Torah scrolls on the Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occurred on Shabbos is related and affects the entire year. Moreover, that it affects also the other years that have a different calendar layout. And also in them there is a lesson and empowerment from the taking of the 3 Torah scrolls on Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occurs on Shabbos, in addition to the lesson and empowerment from the taking of the 3 Torah scrolls on Simchas Torah in every year, as we shall explain. The content of the concept of taking out a Torah, Sefer Torah, and most certainly 3 Torah scrolls, is understood from the prayers we say when the ark is open, which begin with the verse, and it was when the ark traveled, which is considered a book of Torah in itself, one of the 7 books of the Torah. Taking out the Sefer Torah is like the traveling of the ark, which then Moshe arise, and Hashem, your enemies, will scatter, and your enemies shall run away before you. And it is a concept in the service of each and every Jew also in the present time when the ark is concealed away, that the aspect of Moshe that is in every single Jew says, draws forth and reveals the accomplishment that there should be a phenomenon of arise Hashem. In addition, rise in all matters of holiness, do good, as well as the phenomenon of your enemies will scatter, and those you hate shall run away from before you, eliminating all desirable manners, turn away from evil, namely that taking out of the Sefer Torah. And it was when the ark traveled in an empowerment for the service in general. And from this it's understood that the great virtue in taking out 3 Torah scrolls and the empowerment for the service in general, which the taking of the Sefer Torah comprises, and it was when the ark traveled, is in a matter of hazak 3 times, is a hazak additional power and strength in the service and in general. And in taking out 3 Torah scrolls itself, there are 2 possibilities in general. The hazak that must be and is routinely service in every year, taking out the 3 Torah scrolls and simplest Torah, a hazak that comes as addition, a special additional offering in years that have a special calendar year layout. In our case, taking out 3 Torah scrolls on Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occur on Shabbos. The difference between them corresponds to the content of the reading of the 3 Torah scrolls. The content of the reading of the 3 Torah scrolls on Rosh Chodesh Nisan that occurs on Shabbos is emphasized in the reading of the 3rd Torah scroll, in which we read Parshas HaChodesh, regarding the unique quality of Rosh Chodesh Nisan. The month will be for you the head of the months, and the content of the reading of the 3 Torah scrolls on Simchas Torah is emphasized in the reading of the 2nd Sefer Torah of the beginning of the Torah, for the reason we read from 3 Sefer Torahs. Although the reading as required by the original law is to read the Sos HaBrachas and the passage regarding the offering of the day, the only 2 Sefer Torahs, is because we begin immediately after completing Bereshis in the beginning of Hashem created. And in the wording of our sages brought in the beginning of Rashi commentary on the Torah only had to begin with HaKodesh. This month is for you, which is the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded. Why did it begin with Bereshis? Namely, the Torah reading of Simchas Torah in a manner of begin with Bereshis, and the reading of the Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan is from this month will be from you, the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded. I mean, we say the difference between the reading of the passage of HaChodesh and the reading of Simchas Torah is similar to the difference between Nisan and Tishrei, which is the holiday end with Simchas Torah, as known that Tishrei's contents is natural conduct beginning with Bereshis, and Nisan's content is miraculous contents, the order of the conduct of the Jewish people for whom and for the Torah the world was created. To the extent that the question arises, why did the Torah begin with Bereshis? The Torah only had to begin with this month will be for you, which is the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded. That is their conduct in the miraculous conduct, as the word of our sages in explaining this month will be for you. When Hashem chose Yaakov and his children, he set them a Rosh Chodesh of redemption also from the natural conduct to miraculous conduct. And based on this, we may explain that the difference between the 2 occurrences of taking out 3 Sefer Torahs on Simchas Torah and on the Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan, that the taking out of 3 Sefer Torahs and Simchas Torah accomplishes the hazak for the general service of the regular routine, a service in a manner of natural conduct, and the taking out of 3 Sefer Torahs on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan accomplishes the hazak for the general service that is in addition to regular routine, a service in a manner of miraculous conduct. I mean, we explain this in more detail based on the precise wording of our sages, that this month is for you is the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded, mitzvah specifically and not Torah. The difference between Torah and mitzvah is known, that the Torah is above the world, whereas the content of a mitzvah is a command to a person how to act in the world. So there is a union. Mitzvah is an idiom of savasa, union of the person and the world with Hashem. From this it's understood regarding this month is for you, the first mitzvah, that the intention of the miraculous conduct that is the service of month of Nisan, which consumes a hazak upon taking out 3 Torah scrolls on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh Nisan is not only for the service of matters that are above the world, as in Torah study that is above the world, for the aspect of Torah is emphasized in a revealed way on Simchas Torah more than on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, rather than the miraculous conduct is drawn and permeates also the services matters of this world in actual action, as emphasized in the fact that this month shall be for you, is the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded, namely not the facet of Torah that transcends the world, rather than mitzvah specifically. Actually, action is the matter of world, only that the service in actual action is matter of world and is not in the regular way in natural conduct, rather as a supernatural conduct in the matter of exalted nes, miracle, meaning lift up above one's nature and what one is used to. And this is the matter in which extra emphasis on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh Nisan of the year. I will show them wonders, and in addition to the year of Nisan, miracles. A year ago, for this year, the norm is a matter of wonders, that they're above regular miracles. And from this it's understood the Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, there is an empowerment, and in the matter of Hazak, through taking out 3 Sefer Torahs for the service in the matter of the supernatural conduct on an even higher level, including incomparably higher also in comparison to the supernatural conduct of the month of Nisan of all the years. And may we say that the addition in taking out 3 Sefer Torahs on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, is to accomplish Hazak in the service in a manner of miraculous conduct, and emphasized also in the reading of the 3 Sefer Torahs, the reading of the 3rd Sefer Torah, this month shall be for you. On the verse, this month shall be for you, the sages explain, once Hashem chose Yaakov and his children, he set out for them Rosh Chodesh of redemption. This is the content of the service, leaving redemption for the limits of the regular service in a manner of miraculous service. And on the continuation of the Parsha regarding the Paschal offering, called so because the leap Pesach, a service in a manner of Pesach, leaping over above limits, miraculous service, the reading of the 2nd Sefer Torah regarding Rosh Chodesh, the content of the Rosh Chodesh is Chiddush, innovation beyond the service in the regular way, as known that the days of the week that depend on the movement of the sun, and it was evening and it was morning, which shines always with no changes, are connected to the regular service in a manner of the natural conduct, which is in the manner of they shall not take a break in the days of the month, which depend on the movement of the moon, which is renewed every month, and it continues and gets bigger and bigger until it reaches the state of the moon is complete, are connected to the service in a matter of miraculous conduct in the manner of an innovation. And the innovation of the Shabbos Rosh Chodesh is the union, both members of the service of Shabbat that ascend, and completeness of the days of the week. And Rosh Chodesh, that the service is the manner of advancement and additional Musaf is drawn down, and the influence also the service in a manner of routinely order. And the reading of the 1st Sefer Torah, the Seder of the week, Parshas Vayikra, and he called to Moshe, and Hashem spoke to him, and the tent of assembly, and the meaning of the content of the calling is a luminescence flow to Moshe, so that through this he shall be able to ascend and come to the tent of assembly. And this means in the service of each and every Jew, for the Torah is eternal, and these matters are relevant also now, that every person has in him from the level of Moshe, the level of knowledge which is what draws the phenomenon of the unity of the infinite light of Hashem below, that it shall dwell and be revealed in the soul of the person, and that he shall be a tent of assembly, moed, an idiom of venodati, the letters of venodati, and I will be known, namely, to know Hashem, who is the source of life, and there is nothing else aside for him, in line with what is written, see now that I, only I is he, and there is no other with me, which, although this verse is referring to the time to come, nevertheless the power of the soul of every Jew is connected to this thought with Hashem, with a firm and strong connection, as if he sees this with his physical eyes, a taste of the completeness of the time to come. And as emphasized in the continuation of the Parsha in Parshas Shmini, the 8th day of the inauguration, in which Rosh Chodesh Nisan, upon which there was the phenomenon of, and he called to Moshe, and fire went up from before Hashem, and all the people saw, and they praised, in the dwelling of the revelation of the divine presence. And in this continuation to the completeness of the service of the sons of Aaron, Nadav and Avihu, in the manner of Kol's Nefesh, expiring of the soul, and they passed away before Hashem, and similar in the service of every Jew, who are called the children of Aaron, being that they are among the students of Aaron. And our sages say, whoever teaches the Torah considers if he gave birth to him. Love and peace, pursue peace, love and creations, and bring them close to Torah, and that their service is the height of perfection of kalos hanefesh, as they are souls and bodies specifically. And this is the content of the addition and innovation of the service in the matter of miraculous conduct. HaKodesh this month shall be for you, that in the service of each and every Jew transpires the phenomenon of Vayikra. And he called to Moshe, and Hashem spoke to him from the tent of assembly, including the ultimate service in the matter of kalos hanefesh. Moreover, mainly that in addition and innovation in service in a matter of miraculous miraculous conduct becomes a matter of performance and entity, as it says in the continuation of the Parsha, and you shall nullify the salt promise of your God. There is a covenant made with the salt, like a covenant that endures forever and ever. And when we say that the reading in the 3 Sefer Torahs is not only chazak in the service in the manner of miraculous conduct, rather also manners levels in the service of miraculous conduct. The reading of the Parsha HaKodesh, the general phenomenon of the miraculous conduct, the reading of the Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, the influence of the miraculous conduct Rosh Chodesh, and the regular conduct of Shabbos, the reading of the Parshas Vayikra, that the miraculous conduct becomes the regular routine and permanent and eternal manner. And the phenomenon is hinted in the Haftorah and the end concluding of the Torah reading of the 3 Sefer Torahs, that at its beginning and at its end it speaks about the connection of the leader to all the Jewish people. When we say that they hint in this, the service of all the Jewish people is in a matter of leadership, exaltedness, higher than the regular order of service in a matter of miraculous conduct. Moreover, the service in the matter of is drawn and influences also the regular service to the extent that it becomes a matter of performance in eternity, eternal laws forever, a constant Ola offering. And when we add that the chazak in the service in the matter of the miraculous conduct of Rosh Chodesh Nisan is also regarding nullifying and eliminating undesirable matters, as alluded to in the saying, and it was when the ark would travel and your enemies would disperse upon taking out a Torah scroll, and most certainly 3 Torah scrolls, that they are transformed to good, transformation of darkness to light. And this matter is alluded to in the reading of the 3 Torah scrolls, and also in their conclusion and culmination in the Haftorah. In the reading of Parshas HaKodesh, this month is for you, the head of the months, Rosh Chodesh of Redemption, which is the name of the months that they took with them when they went up to from Babylon, as it's called by the name Nisan, which is 2 nuns, which alludes to the miracle of miracles. And when we say that this alludes also to the transformation of the Nephilah, fallen acronym Nun of exile, as the verse says, has fallen into miracles of the redemption. And note that the conclusion of the culmination of the book Parshas HaKodesh with the verse, in all your dwellings you shall eat matzah, in which it is alluded to the nullification and complete elimination of all undesirable manners connected to the evil inclination, which is called chametz, to the degree that in all your dwellings, not only in the Yerushalayim complete fear, only things remaining is matzahs, as the verse says, the spirit of impurity and evil inclination are removed from the land. In the reading of Rosh Chodesh, as the word of our sages regarding the offering of Rosh Chodesh, the reading of Rosh Chodesh, bring an offering of atonement for me, having made the moon small, which in this includes also the atonement for all the undesirable matters that include the completeness atonement as such, that the sin done on purpose becomes like merit for him, including actual merit similar to the connecting of the diminishing of the moon and the time to come, as the verse says, and the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun. And note the union of Shabbos, the completeness of the days of the week that depend on the orbit of the sun, and Rosh Chodesh, which depends on the orbit of the moon, is hinted in what is written, in the light of the moon will be like the light of the sun. And regarding the reading of the Parshas of the week, Parshas Vayikra, in which it's spoken about offering that atone for the undesirable matters till the Parshas end to sin with it, which hints to the completeness of transforming darkness, sin to light, and also hinted in what is written, all your mincha offerings shall salt with salt, and it's known that salt cleanses and makes pleasant the bitter to be tasty, which is the phenomenon of transforming darkness to light, and similar in the Haftorah, the Parshas HaKodesh, the conclusion and culmination of the reading of the 3 Torah scrolls, that in addition to the fact that it comes after the Haftorah of the Parshas Para, although Parshas Rosh Chodesh Nisan comes before the burning of the Parah on the 2nd of Nisan in order to warn the Jewish people to become pure so that they will do the Pesach offering. Impurity discusses in the Haftorah itself regarding the matter of atonement. He, the leader, will make the atonement offering to atone for the Jewish people and atone the Mikdash and atone the house. And after the Haftorah of the Parshas HaChodesh, we add on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan the first and last verse of the Haftorah of Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, the last verse of the book of Yeshaya, which is speaking of the undesirable matter, and will be a horrifying spectacle for people only being that it is the conclusion and culmination. The final statement is the main thing of the book of Yeshaya from the work of Yeshua, salvation, which is all consolation. We must say, after the Haftorah portion of HaKodesh, we add on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the first and last of the Haftorah of Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, the last verse of the book of Yeshaya, which speaking of the undesirable manners, it will be a horrifying spectacle for people only seeing that the conclusion and culmination, the final statement, is the main thing. And the book of Yeshaya from the word of Yeshua, salvation, which is all consolation, we must say that this hints to the completeness of the transformation of darkness to light, and emphasized in the revealed way of the conclusion with clearly revealed good matter through repeating the verse before it. And it will be every month on its beginning, and every week on Shabbos, all flesh will come to bow before me, says Hashem. Based on the above spoken, that with the taking out of the 3 Torah scrolls on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, there is a chazak for the general service in the matter of the miraculous conduct above nature routine. We may explain the 2 opinions in the study of the laws of Pesach before Pesach. We ask and expound the laws of Pesach 30 days before Pesach. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says 2 weeks. And by way of preference, although the law is that we ask and expound the laws of Pesach 30 days before Pesach, not as the opinion of Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, nevertheless, in addition to the fact that regarding all the disputes of our sages, that both opinions are the word of the living Hashem, also the opinion that is not following in Jewish law, and especially regarding the spiritual service in the soul of the person, we can and must study and fulfill the lesson also from the opinion which regarding action the law does not follow their opinions. We may say that in our case we can fulfill both opinions also in legal action, and simply that the beginning of the study of the laws of the holiday is 30 days before the holiday, and when we come closer to the holiday, 2 weeks before the holiday, we must add in the study of the laws of the holiday in an even higher way, both in the quality of the time as well as the quantity of study. And we may say that the explanation of this is based on what is written in the continuation of the words of the Talmud, the reasoning of Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. Moshe Rabbeinu stood on Rosh Chodesh and warned about Pesach, as the verse says, "This month will be for you the head of the months," which is an alluded to that the phenomenon of this month is for you the head of the months. Miraculous conduct acts as an empowerment for addition in the study of the laws of Pesach from Rosh Chodesh Nisan 2 Shabboses, an even higher way than the beginning of the study 30 days before the holiday, similar to the addition of the miraculous conduct of Rosh Chodesh Nisan in comparison to the natural conduct before it. And just as this is so regarding the study of the laws of Pesach, so too is regarding giving the chamet, chitim, matzah for Pesach, and all needs of Pesach for those who are in need. At the beginning of the efforts are giving the needs of the holiday as 30 days before the holiday and 2 weeks before the holiday from Rosh Chodesh Nisan. We must add an even more and befitting empowerment of Rosh Chodesh Nisan in a matter of miraculous conduct more than one's nature and routine, and more in detail also the occupation for significant time in giving the needs of the holiday. Each and every person must go back and contemplate and make an honest reckoning if the giving of the needs of the holiday were befitting his capabilities, as much as expecting of him, or if there is room and need to add even more in this. And in addition to this, also the giving of the needs of the holiday as much as expected of him. A tithe, what more a fifth, the matzah, the mitzvah of the supernal fulfillment. One must make a calculation that in correlation with the addition in the blessing of Hashem in the days in between. The amount necessary for a tithe or a fifth is now more, and therefore he must add in the giving of the holiday needs. Moreover, based on the words of our sages, take off tithes so Jew will become rich. One can and must add in giving of the holiday needs in addition to the tithe and the fifth, even before the addition in the blessing of Hashem, and the more one will greatly add in the giving of the needs of the holiday, the blessing of Hashem will become much more grand wealth, as spoken in length before this. And all this also in the days before Rosh Chodesh Nisan, and most certainly from Rosh Chodesh Nisan, which then is accomplished the innovation in the service in a manner of miraculous conduct. We must add in giving the holiday needs more than his nature and routine, including also one's nature and routine of the realm of holiness. In other words, to give more than a tenth and more than a fifth, moreover, with no limits. And may we add that based on this said above, that this month is for you, is emphasized in the first mitzvah of the Jewish people were commanded. Indeed, this is connected especially with the mitzvah of tzedakah, giving the holiday necessities for those who are in need, which is equal to and includes the mitzvah. And in the whole Talmud Yerushalayim, it's called mitzvah, unspecified, since it's the nucleus of the action of the mitzvah. And on top of all of them, similar to this, the month is for you, mitzvah rishona, the first mitzvah, also an idiom of rosh head, which includes all the limbs. Mitzvah is the limb of the king, that the Jewish people were commanded. One more, through it there is an addition of Torah study, and especially study that is timely, the laws of Pesach, since through tzedakah his heart and mind become 1,000 times clearer. And we may say that the addition in general service in the manner of miraculous conduct of Rosh Chodesh Nisan is connected also to the leader that brought his offering that day. And the one who brought his offering on the first day was Nachshon ben Abida of the tribe of Yehuda. The reason that the regarding in the offering of Nachshon, it says the tribe of Yehuda and not the leader of the tribe of Yehuda as regard to the other tribes, is in order to emphasize that he offered first, not only because he was the leader of the tribe of Yehuda, rather because of his own virtue, as emphasized in his name. Why he is named Nachshon? Because he went down first into the turbulence of the sea. The virtue of self-sacrifice, which this is the service of with all your might, beyond measure and lengths, miraculous conduct. And this phenomenon is emphasized especially in the giving of tzedakah in a manner that is beyond measure and limits, as the exposition of our sages, with all your might, with all your money, as hinted in the name Nachshon ben Amidad, in an idiom of Divas, generosity, has spirited bequeathed him, his heart bequeathed him, all whose heart bequeathed him shall bring it. And the feeling of generosity is drawn forth and comes into literal action, including generosity in which there is no higher than it. For if there is a higher generosity than it, is not generosity in its completeness, beyond measure and limits, in a manner of miraculous conduct. And note also the relation to the complete service of Rosh Chodesh Nisan, miraculous conduct of Nadav and Avihu. And when we say regarding the meaning of Nadav and Avihu in the service of each and every Jew, that he of Avihu is referred to Nadav, mentioned before it, meaning the Nadav, generosity of the father, Avi, which comes all the matters of the service in the manner of miraculous conduct. And when we add that the miraculous conduct of the one who brought on the first day, Nachshon ben Amidad, of the tribe of Yehuda, is also in the nullifying and transforming of undesirable matters, that through the self-sacrifice that he was the first to go down into the turbulence of the sea. The turbulence of the sea ceased. Moreover, the sea split, meaning that there was a nullification of the concealment of the sea, that the godly power of the creation not be revealed, rather it be in a state of drowned in the sea. Moreover, that it is transformed into holiness, sea which is higher than dry land, the revelation of the level of the hidden world, sea that is higher than the revealed world of dry land, which through this the phenomenon of the exodus of Egypt was completed, exodus from all the constraints and limits. And likewise regarding tzedakah, the concept of Nadav, generosity, Kofar, for tzedakah, an idiom of kapara, atonement, which through this all undesirable matters are nullified. Moreover, they are transformed to good. Furthermore and mainly, great is tzedakah, for it hastens the redemption, the nullification of exile, including its transformation into redemption, that the sea of exile, which is compared to a stormy sea, turbulence in the sea, and how long can it go on for, is transformed to the sea of redemption. The land is filled with the knowledge of the sea of Hashem, with the knowledge of Hashem as the waters cover the sea, and may it be with the will of Hashem that the good resolution that each and every Jew and Jewish took and will take upon themselves on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh Nisan to add in matters of service, including and especially in the matters of Passover holiday 2 weeks before Pesach, and the study of the laws of Pesach, and the giving of the needs of Pesach to all those in need. In the matter of miraculous conduct will hasten and bring about immediately the reward of the miraculous conduct of Hashem, beginning with the main miracle of the true and complete redemption, which then all the Jewish people will be fulfilled the laws of Pesach in their completeness, beginning with the offering of the Paschal offering of the 14th of Nisan and the eating of it on the night of the 15th of Nisan, in the matter of all of us are reclining, that all the Jewish people are reclining in conduct of freedom at the table of their Father the King of all kings Hashem, in the capital city Jerusalem, the holy city, and the king's chamber, the third base of Mikdash. Moreover, and mainly, the true and complete redemption through Mashiach comes immediately on the holy Shabbos day of Parshas Vayikra, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the year of 5751. It shall be the year I will show them wonders, the day of the holy Shabbos, foretaste of the preparation for the day that is all Shabbos and rest, for the life everlasting, as we say in the blessing after meal of the Shabbos meals. And the Parshas of Vayikra, and he called to Moshe, and Hashem spoke to him from the tent of gathering, which the completeness of this will be in the third base of Mikdash, which also a trifold of Hazak, since it also includes the first and second base of Mikdash. Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Rosh Chodesh, whose contact is the renewal of the moon, and similar for the Jewish people who are similar to the moon and counted by the moon, that they are destined to be renewed like it. And Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Rosh Chodesh for the redemption. In Nisan they were redeemed, and in Nisan they are destined to be redeemed. The year of Hey Tav Shin Nun Aleph 5751, also with the Hey prefix denoting the known one. His kingship shall be uplifted. Of David my servant will be the leader of them forever. Moshiach, who has the soul of King David. Hey to Hey Shanas Arinu Nephalas. It shall be the year I will show them wonders, like the day you left Egypt. I will show them wonders, and the manner of it shall be in this its set ways, with its entire strength and eternity, a redemption with no exile following it. And in all this strength of the Hazak is accomplished through taking out 3 Torah scrolls and the reading of 3 Torah scrolls and the Haftorah, and the 3 of them in a matter of that are all connected to the redemption that is accomplished through the strength of a Hazak, that the ruling of the Torah, 3 Torah scrolls, that in close proximity to the time of the taking out of the 3 Torah scrolls, before the taking of the Torah scroll at the time of Mincha, the ark is revealed. And when the ark traveled, and the Torah scrolls in the third base of Mikdash, which is built and completed, will be revealed and complete from heaven, as the verse says, the sanctuary, O Hashem, your hands have established. In the third base of Mikdash, the verse upon which it says, the third day he will lift us up, and we will live before him. And the wording of the verse in the end of the Haftorah, and it will be every month on its head, and every week on its Shabbos, being with this Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, all flesh will come to bow before me, says Hashem. In the third base of Mikdash, the perfection of the tent of gathering, which is the inauguration, will be on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, as is said in the Haftorah. In the first month, on the first of the month, you should take a young ox and atone the base of Mikdash. And it continues to explain the details of the dedication of the altar in the days of the King Mashiach, when the third base of Mikdash will be built. And automatically, when the 14th of Nisan will come, all of us among the Jewish people and all the Jewish people from all generations will be in the third base of Mikdash, happy with the building of your city and rejoicing in your service, and will eat there from the offering of the Paschal sacrifices, and their blood will reach the wall of your altar for appeasement. And we will thank you for a new song of our redemption and freedom of our soul. Blessed are you, Hashem, who redeemed the Jewish people. Hag Sameach, Good Chodesh. Thank you for watching. Shabbat Tov. Zaygamet.